Are the Knicks ever going to lose at home again this season? I was at the game last night at MSG, and they cruised to yet another victory at home. The Knicks are unstoppable at Madison Square Garden, 7-0. The Knicks are breaking records. They're doing something they've never done in franchise history. And in this video, I want to break down everything I took away from being at Madison Square Garden last night and their victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. Folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments right away. What's your biggest takeaways from last night's win? And overall, your takeaways of the season so far, because these New York Knicks are scorching hot at home, and they got another game tonight, a back-to-back. Oh, baby, these New York Knicks are doing something special, and I'm excited to break it all down right here in this video. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let's get straight into it. If you saw the record that the Knicks broke, the first time in franchise history, they scored 130 points in back-to-back games. The Mike Brown effect is real, and when you go to these games and you witness it in person, the way that this Knicks team plays basketball is so refreshing. They play fast, they play together, there's always high octane energy, they're never taking any plays off. I mean, in the second half, Mike Brown was a little upset with the Knicks because it felt like they did not get back on defense and they went up so big and they just kind of got a little complacent. But hey, the Knicks were able to still get the job done, even though the Grizzlies made it interesting late in the fourth quarter. But you see what Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, these are the two guys that I'm really excited to talk about in this video more than anything. Mikal Bridges had a fantastic game in this one. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. The guy's flooding the stat sheet, and I really do see a different version of Mikal Bridges, and it's so obvious. And I think that Mike Brown is the perfect coach for Mikal Bridges. And you see the head coach of the New York Knicks, Mike Brown, really cheering up Mikal Bridges during these games. You saw it on the MSG broadcast. I did not see it because I was at the game, but shout out to my boy IQ for 3 on X Teg to post this on Twitter, and I saw this, and this is exactly the type of coach I think Mikal Bridges needs.
Way to go, Mikal! Way to go, Mikal! Yes, sir, Mikal!
He's a guy that is a hype man, and I think that's the guy that Mike Brown is. He's not afraid to hype up his guys, just flood them with positive energy, because Tom Thibodeau was not that type of coach. He was just stern, stubborn in his ways. He was good at some things, Tom Thibodeau. I'm not saying he's a bad coach by any imagination here, but I think that Mike Brown is way better in terms of connecting with his players and getting the most out of them. And Mikal Bridges, in 38 minutes, went out there and put on an absolute masterclass. Really good to see Mikal Bridges go out there and do his thing. Jalen Brunson was the star of the show with 32 points, 10 dimes, 5 rebounds, a plus-minus of a plus 22, an efficient 57% from the field, excuse me. And he was efficient from 3, by the way. 6 of 9 from downtown. Jalen Brunson is playing at his own pace. He did turn the ball over a little bit with 6. That's definitely got to get cleaned up. But I do think that Jalen Brunson is playing at a new pace that you can really tell when you're at these games that he's not pressing, he's not forcing shots, he's allowing the game to come to him naturally. It's not like he did that in the past, but I feel like this system, we're really seeing these guys really fulfill their ultimate potential under Mike Brown. So really cool to see Jalen Brunson to continue his dominant ways. OG Anunoby continues to play at an all-star level. Mike Brown talked to the media after the game, and he said that OG Anunoby is an all-star in his eyes and should be the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, which I agree. 16 points, 3 dimes, 4 rebounds for OG Anunoby. You go out there and you see the length and the size that he brings to the table. 2 steals, of course. I mean, Bridges and OG combined for 6 total steals in this game. They are such a difference in this basketball game. And, like, being there and watching the Knicks just cruise to another victory, I'm trying not to get just used to it. I don't want this to become a thing where I'm a Knicks fan and I just expect dominance all the time, because I remember where the Knicks were 5-7 years ago when there was just year after year just being the laughingstock of the NBA. But I've been to 2 games so far this year. The opening game against Cleveland and then last night against Memphis, and both games were just really blowouts. And I'm not sitting there stressed out thinking that we're going to lose. Like, even when the Grizzlies started to come back a little bit in the fourth quarter and they cut it to a 10-point game, I was yawning. I was like, not worried. It's just a weird feeling that I'm not used to. The Knicks are so balanced and they have so many ways to beat you. And this is, by the way, without Mitchell Robinson. The Knicks are load managing Mitchell Robinson. They don't want him to play a back-to-back. I'm assuming he's going to play tonight. And it just feels like no matter who's out there, the Knicks are getting the job done. And shout out to Landry Shamet, by the way, because Landry Shamet, he is in the starting 5 without Mitchell Robinson. he starts off the game on fire. I mean, he had this crazy play to start off the game where he gets the ball on the baseline. He does a dribble, step back, three-pointer, cash. He plays with so much energy, and I'm so happy he's on this basketball team because he provides that 3 and D with that energy that I really feel like is a big piece to the puzzle of what Mike Brown is trying to do here. And then, of course, you got to throw in Josh Hart. Didn't have a great game efficiency-wise, but he did his thing with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Jordan Clarkson off the bench with 13 points. Deuce McBride off the bench with 9 points. Karl-Anthony Towns with another double-double, 21, 13, 4 assists, and 3 steals. The Knicks are doing everything they possibly can to dominate their opponents, and it's really, really a joy to watch. And Shamet had 10 points of his own. And the biggest takeaway I have, honestly, is the offense is just ridiculous. The Knicks had how many points through the first 3 quarters of the game? It was like 114 points. And I'm like, that's a final score. At the end of the third quarter, it was like 114 and 93. I'm like, that should be the final. But no, the Knicks go out there and put up 133 points. The first time in franchise history the Knicks have ever done that. They've never done that with Tom Thibodeau. And this offense is literally clicking on a new level. And I think it's a combination of them being really comfortable together and also buying into what Mike Brown is preaching with this system, playing fast, playing free, not overthinking, not really dribbling a lot. You're seeing the ball move. You're seeing a lot of open shots. You're also seeing the Knicks not being afraid to let it fly from beyond the arc, attack the rim, dish it out to the open shooter. And I just feel like, the talent level on this Knicks team, I also don't want to just make it all about the system and make it all about, the volume of shooting, but it's also the personnel, and it's a talent. When you have Jalen Brunson, who's a walking bucket, Karl-Anthony Towns, who can just absolutely do whatever he wants with the ball in his hands, OG coming around offensively, Mikal Bridges can do anything, 3-level scorer. You combine that with guys like Deuce off the bench and Clarkson and Josh Hart getting hot. Shamet can score with Mitchell Robinson playing. Like, the personnel is off the charts in terms of being able to put this team together. Anybody is able to go off any given night, and I really have never seen a basketball team this balanced in my life. Like, they're so deep. They're not depending on one individual. Everybody's getting 15-plus a night, it feels like. I don't know, man. I have a different approach of this Knicks team. I'm really excited to see what they look like on this road trip coming up because they're 0-3 on the road, undefeated at home. We got to start winning some road games. Obviously, the Knicks have played way more games at home than on the road, only a small sample size on the road. But if this Knicks team can really start continuing to play this style of basketball, it's really early on in the season. What really matters the most is everybody staying healthy and playing their best brand of basketball late in March, April, and of course, May and June, hopefully, because that's really all that matters, in my opinion, is going deep in the playoffs. And I just feel like the Knicks scoring 130 points in 3 straight games, it really goes to show you the type of talent this roster is all about. I have to give a big salute to Knicks fans as well. They show up to these games. It's the playoff energy every single night, no matter if it's against a bad team or a good team, if it's early in the season, late in the season. I mean, I remember going to the games when the Knicks had 17 wins and you're there in April and the Knicks fans are cheering like we're potentially going to the playoffs. I mean, that's how starving this Knicks fan base is to get some wins. And to see that court, by the way, have his debut with those jerseys, that was fresh. I absolutely love everything about that city court. The Knicks finally did a good job. I feel like every Knicks fan is on the same page that the court and the jerseys are absolutely awesome. And I feel like, I already bought a jersey. I got the OG Anunoby jersey. I had to. He's one of the only guys I have not had a jersey for. I have Brunson. I have Robinson. I have Josh Hart. I have Karl-Anthony Towns. And I have Deuce McBride. I love buying jerseys. I just do. And I'm like, you know what? OG's the next man up. I guess Bridges will be next when I want to get another jersey. But I also got to stop because I got to save my money, man. I mean, these jerseys cost a lot of money. But at the end of the day, man, the Knicks continue to dominate. Love making these videos the morning after the games. And I love being at the games as well. So shout out to everybody tuning into the content here on the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button as well on your way out of the show. The Knicks are back at home again tonight. All right, they have a back-to-back taking on the Orlando Magic at 7 p.m. EST. The Magic are 5-6. They're not really playing up to the standards that a lot of people thought they would be. So let's see if the Knicks can take care of business as they wrap up their home stretch coming up, and then they're on the road soon. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, folks. Big shout out to Sleeper as well. I actually made some money last night on Sleeper. I had Mikal Bridges hitting his overs, and I had a lot of other player prop bets, and I actually cashed out some money. So make sure you guys go check out Sleeper down below in the description. You guys can use my code NICKS to get a 100% deposit match up to $100. So a big time shout out to Sleeper Picks for being the proud sponsor of Knicks Media all season long. Cannot thank them enough for being the sponsor of the show. Hit that like button, folks. I'm out of here, and let's go Knicks. Go New York, go New York, go.